Welcome back to another quick review. I'm going to try and keep this one short because I've been doing a whole bunch of long reviews recently and I am also hungry. Today we are talking about Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Book one of the Farseer trilogy and book one in the Realm of the Elderlings. I definitely didn't expect to get this book done as quick as I did. When I posted my Lightbringer quick review, a little less than 2 weeks ago. Um, I, I recorded it that morning, posted it in the afternoon, and then later that evening I started Assassin's Apprentice. Um, I thought this book was going to take me longer because, like I said in the Lightbringer quick review, I'm not a slow reader, but I'm a reader that has other things going on, so I don't get to read as frequently as often as I want to, and that kind of changed with this book. I did not expect to enjoy this book as much as I did. I knew it would be good because I've heard nonstop, just consistently good things about Robin Hobb and the Farseer trilogy and Realm of the Elderlings, right? I knew it'd be, sorry, I knew it would be good. I didn't expect myself to enjoy it this much. Assassin's Apprentice was a joy. It was a delight to read. Um, and I think a lot of that has to do with Robin Hobb's writing. It is phenomenal. It's great, man. And I was like, I never read one of her books, so I didn't expect what to expect. Um, I didn't know what to expect in regards to her writing, but one thing I heard was that her character writing was great, and it undersells it. Her character writing is outstanding. Like like one of the things that I absolutely love was the fact that we are less than 100 pages into this book, and I already care about Fitz as a character, right? I already care about what he does, where he's going, the people around him, and how they influence him, and I absolutely loved it. And animals, and I'll get to that in a minute. Um, Animals as well, and like I, it is like it is this book at least is a coming of age story. It absolutely is, and the it just like the circumstances that surround Fitz's birth and him going up. And I loved how all of that was executed. I think the writing is primarily the reason why I couldn't put it down. I couldn't put the book down just because it was a fun read. It was fun to write, and frankly, it is like inspiring. This writing is inspiring to me. To me, you know, like this is like I read Hobb, and I look back at my own writing. I was like, man, I gotta get better at this. I want to be able to do what she's doing with her characters. That's that's wild. It's crazy just how much I enjoyed this book. And the thing about it as well is that I don't think the plot of the book really does much for me, or like it just does much in general. It is a book one. It is a lot of setup, a lot of just going through Fitz's um, adolescent years up until a certain point, and then we kind of get into this little groove when it comes to plot. And it it's not, there's no like, world destroying, world ending scale or stakes, sorry. In this first book, there's no saving the world um in this first book at the moment. And like, and that was completely fine. I think the writing and the character work, and because I've gotten so used to the first book in franchises, or like the first installment in franchises being set up, then I blame Trails for that. Um, it didn't really bother me all that much, and ultimately, I think I prefer that it didn't do that much. It definitely it's definitely making me excited for what's to come, which I love. I do want to talk about animals for a hot second because um, I can see a world where Robin Hobb emotionally destroys me with an animal, right? Everything that happened with Nosy was wild. Um, and I think that connection is going to be, I think, just if I had to speculate, I think that connection is going to be very important. Just the connection to animals as a whole is going to be very important in the future. It's either going to make it could either go in a direction like that'll make me just upset, and I'm not even a big animal lover, right? I'm not. I have animals, I have pets, but I don't. I ultimately, animals have never really been in my life enough for me to melt at the sight of something happening to an animal, melt at the sight of an animal, or for me to um, hate when something, not hate when something is done with animals, but absolutely like, you know, be the most upset in the world when something happens to an animal in a story, just because I don't have that connection to animals that a lot of people do, and I can absolutely see her absolutely devastating me with an animal companion in the future, and that's just not going to be fun. I see it now. That's just not going to be fun. Or it could go in a very weird direction, because one of the things I found throughout this book, especially with Fitz, is that there are some scenes written um, with Fit using his wit with animals and how Fitz described animals. I was like, that's weird. Like it's a little bit weirder than I would like it to be. I can also see it being taken into a very weird direction in the future. We're gonna hope that's not the case. But yeah, overall, I did not keep this quick at all. Overall, Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb is a delight. It's a joy. It was great to read, and I cannot wait to read it. I'm going to take a little bit of a break to read because I want to read Project Hail Mary before the movie comes out. So yeah, I can't wait to hop into Royal Assassin. It's sitting on my uh, shelf, I guess, here in my room in college, and then Assassin's Quest is back home, I think. But yeah, can't wait to continue it. Highly recommend it. I gave it like a 8 out of 10. There are some things that could have been better, but ultimately, I still really, really enjoyed the book. Thank you for watching. See ya. Bye.